This is where the fun begins.
Yes, Texas is a rival.
I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into Inside the Hawg Pen. I'm Razorback Zach. We are having major technical difficulties
It's
tonight,
internet
so
problems.
bear with us.
We're gonna blame the internet.
Well, we're gonna blame something, but I don't know if it's gonna be the internet. We're gonna be joined by our third member of our party tonight here in just a few minutes. But as always, I'm Razorback Zach from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen. 10 days away off, and it wouldn't be football season without my illustrious
Yep. It is
from the
time.
NEA Hog Pen. He is the man, the myth, the legend, and the glue that holds the whole damn thing together. But we're falling apart tonight because he's at the controls. Marcus MC Carlton. What's up, dude?
Hey man, just hoping I can get this stuff to settle down. It's a little too anxious right now.
It is not my fault tonight that we are having some serious issues.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Dylan has an excuse for what's happening tonight. So he says to quit touching buttons, but
It's not my
honestly, I
fault. I'm
can't put
not
that
the
off
one.
on you.
It ain't me. I'm not touching anything. Heck, I can't even
We'll
share the show out tonight.
we'll just pull a Taylor Green and we'll limp our way through it like he did the last half of the season last year. So,
Or so we're being told.
well, I mean, it's all we have to go on is what they tell us.
I
So,
mean, yeah, you're right. But I hope everybody had a good week. D-Man will join us here shortly. We're 10, like I said before, we're 10 days away
yep.
from opening day, and I'm trying to get the show shared out just a little bit. Um, I'm telling you now that I think we're underestimating this team just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Because and I wish I could play this, but like I said, internet's been funky out here all week. But Sam Pittman was at the Little Rock Touchdown Club opening
Yep.
meeting. What was that?
Monday.
Monday. I think I shared it all. Um, and there was something about the way he spoke, MC, that I haven't seen in about 6 years' time. And it was almost
Okay.
like he was exuding confidence.
You think so?
He was a lot more relaxed than I've seen him in the last couple of years. You know, at
Well, yeah.
SEC Media Days, he was slow talking. He was kind of dancing around questions.
Right.
We really didn't learn anything from that. But at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, there was an inflection in his voice. And I wish I could play the video, but like I said, our internets are just kind of jacked up tonight.
Yeah,
Um,
it might we could play it, but it might freeze the show up and we'll kind of paraphrase.
he basically said, look, he said, we haven't played Arkansas State in 93 years. And he
Hmm.
said the first question I got was, "Do you want to do a home and home?" And he says, "Well, hell no, I don't want to do a home and home."
Well, and I kind of feel like that was a dumb question because how many SEC schools are going to do a home and home with a Sun Belt school? It's
Well, and
got
we
nothing
talked
to
about
do
it.
with Arkansas and Arkansas State. It's
Oh,
it's more of SEC and Sun Belt.
but we've also talked about it to an extent. Um, that that like you said, it's like a forced, because I think this game's a decade too late. I really do.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
And I pulled. We, of course, you and I, we watched the propaganda show. And here's the thing. I'm going to say this real quick about ITHP. All right. And we do things a little different around here.
We
We
do.
let the fans have their voice, no matter how dumb the comment is, no matter how wrong the comment is, no matter what they say, they get a voice here. Unlike some radio shows that attacked my boy over here for making a point, but he did. But again, one of the dudes up there, I don't remember the guy's name, Bart, Homer, one of the names up there. I don't know. Um,
Fart?
yeah,
You
the
say his
fart,
name was Fart?
fart, Homer, Krusty.
Marge?
I don't know. More, one of them.
Yeah.
Kind of went down, kind of broke down Arkansas in the SEC. And of course, everybody knows they entered the SEC in 1992. That was their first official season uh,
Right.
in the Southeastern Conference. And I took it a little bit further. I did some digging. Do you know? Let me first tell you this. When was Arkansas's most successful season in the SEC?
I had to be 2011, I guess. Or
I will tell you, you are wrong. I knew you were going to say that, but you are wrong.
and it's
2006.
2006. Yeah.
2006. They went 7-1, and they won a
Yeah.
division title. Other strong finishes, they were 6-2, 95, 98, 2010, and 2011. But here's the thing: they've not won more than 6 games, except that one time.
Yeah. Coming up on 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. 92, they were 3-4-1. Okay. What do you think the record is in the SEC for Arkansas?
It's not good. It is not good.
And this is just in conference. And guys
Yeah.
that are watching, you guys, feel free to jump in on this. Arkansas's record since joining the SEC in 1992 to the 2024 season: 109 wins, 136 losses, and 1 tie.
It's honestly closer than I expected it to be. I
Well,
expected the losses to be higher.
so did I. Here's the thing, and I'm trying to pull the show up to see if our audio's still good. So bear with me just a second here. Yeah,
It's we've not had. I mean, we've just had a handful of successful seasons in the SEC. I mean, we've been here. What are we looking at?
30.
33 years.
See, yeah,
92.
33 years.
This is 2025. Yeah, 33 years.
Yeah, 30.
And
Um,
you've had more 4-4 and 3-5 seasons than you've had
40,
anything else.
44%,
Yeah.
44% winning percentage in the SEC. And here's the problem, though, is I compared it. Let me scroll down here. I got my notes here on my dual screen, and here's the problem with this: is I compared it to South Carolina, because South
Hmm.
Carolina essentially is our sister school, joined the SEC the same year
Right.
we did, and it's not pretty. I mean, it's a it's a little comforting to an extent, but it's still not good. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. All right. So Arkansas's record since joining the SEC in 1992, 100 wins. This is as of circa 2023. 100
Okay.
wins, 148 losses, and 2 ties. South Carolina in that same time frame, 106 wins, 143 losses, 1 tie.
It's pretty close.
All right. They're still both under 500, no matter how you look at it.
Right.
2024, South Carolina was 5-3, their best record since 2017. 2023, they were 3-5. 2022, they were 4-4. And we all know what Arkansas's record is since 2022.
Yeah.
3-5, 1-7, and 3-5, which apparently in Arkansas, 3-5 is an SEC record according to the internet.
I mean, 3-5 or 4-4 are what you see the majority of,
But the point
outside of a
that they,
couple.
yeah, the point these guys were trying to make is that Arkansas doesn't belong in the SEC. Was it a bad idea for Arkansas to join the SEC? Was it? I mean,
If you're talking strictly football, I could get behind that and say yes. In hindsight, it was a bad idea. Everything else, basketball is going to basketball, baseball is going to baseball, no matter where they are.
yeah,
The other sports, I am not I don't follow some of those close enough to really have a deep opinion on it. But of the big three, the other two are fine. But football has, I mean, you could say they have not competed on a consistent basis.
I mean, you had since '92, you've had Jack Crow, Danny Ford, Houston Nutt. Do we include Reggie Herring in there?
No, he just did a bowl game. He didn't even do a conference game.
So well, technically, it was a conference game a couple of years later.
Well, later, at the time.
I mean, if we're gonna argue semantics here,
Yeah.
but you've had Jack Crow, Danny Ford, Houston Nutt, Bobby Petrino, Brett Bielema, well, John L. Smith, asterisk,
Mhm.
Brett Bielema, Chad,
The Cadillac,
the Cadillac, and now Sam Pittman.
Sam.
Here's
I'm
the
gonna throw
thing.
this comment back up real quick from Carrie's story.
Yeah.
That's my boy. We went to the same high school together. Money wise, it's been the best decision we, being Arkansas, has ever made. That's true. But
Yeah.
from a competitive standpoint, the money. What's more important to you, the money or winning? I think that's the question.
I'm gonna go with money at this moment. At
Well,
this point,
I mean,
at
obviously.
this point in the game, I'm gonna say money. By the way, mark your calendars, September 6th, the Harris Made Chef Services tailgate show and tailgate party, and I have a surprise. Let me reach over here. I know we're jumping around. My ADHD's going nuts tonight, along with the internet. But we have our
The
first
internet threw
giveaway.
us off. Yeah, that threw us off. Ooh.
See if I can get a color here. Here we go. Graciously made.
I can't hear it, but I played it.
I heard it. Graciously
Okay.
made by my other half, Amy.
There you go.
And she will be in attendance at that tailgate. But so I'm gonna come up with some way to give that shirt away, and we will figure out that. But mark your calendar, September 6th. We're gonna be out there all day. And anyway, back to what we were saying. From a standpoint, historical standpoint, we're not, and I'm gonna say it, and this is not the mantra of stupid people. We are mediocre at best in the SEC when it comes to football. Why is that? Why is it? Even if money wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
Even if money wasn't an issue. I'm hearing a lot of feedback. What happened there?
Not sure.
I don't know. I just got louder. Interesting.
We got gremlins all in the system tonight.
I'm telling you, man, the Oompa Loompas are going crazy tonight. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm going to go with I've got to figure out why money is, or why we're not being competitive in the SEC, at least in football. Is it talent? Is it coaching? Obviously, it's not coaching, because here's the thing. Well, it might be. Because,
I think that plays a role.
Here's the thing, and this stat was brought up on an old post of ours that people are still commenting on, by the way. In 2005, 2006, and 2007, you had the best backfield in the history of Arkansas, if not in the history of college football. And the best you could do was 7-5.
I look. I could go deep down a rabbit hole about that 2007 season.
We're throwing toilet paper at the wall and seeing what sticks here tonight.
Well,
is away from kickoff. So
there was a lot of hangover from all the drama of 2006 going into that 2007 season. I kind of feel bad for McFadden, Jones, and Hillis, because there was so much talent there, and I feel like the 2007 season was not just an underachievement, but almost you could call it a full-blown waste. Things just didn't. I mean, you lost to Kentucky at home after blowing a 14-point lead. You go on the road and lose to a Tennessee team that was god awful.
But again, MC, and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. For as successful as Houston Nutt was at his tenure in Arkansas, you're trying to tell me, with as much talent that was on that team, 7-5 is the best we can do?
Yeah, it's. I mean, and there's a lot of moving pieces here that come together on this. You're going to hear a lot of people saying that Arkansas is at a recruiting disadvantage because the state doesn't produce enough D1 level talent. That is true. That is true. Comparative to the states that we border, because you look at the states we border. You border Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. There you are, D-Mad. I see you coming.
We're gonna cut to a break and bring him in. We'll bring him in on the other side of the break. Hang tight, D-Mad. We'll get you.
All right, I'm gonna finish my thought when we come back too, because I have a good theory here that kind of flies in the face of what everybody says.
Yeah, go ahead and finish your thought, and we'll go to break.
Okay, so everybody talks about not having enough talent inside the state.
Right.
That's a fair statement. It is a fair statement because Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Tennessee, Louisiana, all I would argue have better in-state talent on the high school level than Arkansas does.
Right.
Some of them it's obvious, some of them it's not obvious. But if you look back over the history of the best teams that Arkansas has had in the SEC and look at the key contributors on all those teams, what do they all have in common? They were all Arkansas high school kids.
Yeah. I mean, look at
you can
running back for Auburn a couple years ago. It came out of Little Rock Christian.
Dyer.
Michael Dyer.
Yeah.
Michael Dyer. That scared me. I got D-Mad in my ear here. I don't know if y'all can hear it. That scared the crap out of me. But yeah, so we're gonna go to break real quick and we're gonna bring D-Mad into the discussion. And then we're gonna continue our talk. And on the other side of the break, there's another thing too that broke earlier today, and that was Arkansas's new field storming policy. That is an absolute joke. But we're going to get into it, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen. Stick around. More to come right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hawg fanatics. We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not-so-good deal. As a special offer, Hawg fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hawg Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hawg Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hawg Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hawg Pen.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen. I think all the gremlins are working out now because we actually have our EP joining us now. D-Mad.
That's all it need. That's all it was. We just needed Dylan in here.
We have an A beard behind the board.
Shots fired. Well, I mean, all of us have beards. Well, y'all do. I have something going on. I don't know exactly what it is. Nobody say a word.
I just want to let you know when I was off screen here, I was doing some research on football conference records since 1991. You'll be happy to know they did put Missouri and Texas A&M in this. You'll be happy to know we are number 8 on the ranking, so we are exactly mediocre.
Mid.
So
We're above Ole Miss though.
here, oh, wait a minute.
That's wild to think about.
Oh, sorry, I'm making sure our audio works on the other side. So I Chat GPT, by the way, is a godsend when it comes to show
Hashtag AI.
I know, right?
Yeah, there you go.
So here it says, Chat GPT says, under Pittman, there has been some stabilization and progress, most notably bowl success, but SEC performance remains, wait for the magic word, mediocre overall. His 14-28 conference record reflects ongoing challenges in the SEC.
14-28. I'm sorry, that's awful. And there's
good.
no way other way to put it. That's not mediocre. That's not mid. That's awful.
That's that. But here's the thing, okay? And I'm gonna ask D-Mad the same question. Which, by the way, how's that Taliban, death cake working out for you?
He's got the internet working,
Wait,
so
hold on.
I know. The minute he came on, wow.
I am doing fine. There is no reason to think otherwise. Go Horns. I mean, what?
Oh man.
Cough twice if you're being held against your will. I had to say that. I said cough twice, not gag. But, all right, whatever. But does Arkansas belong? Does moving Arkansas from the Big 8, from the Southwest Conference, whatever it is, prior to joining the SEC, D-Mad, was that a mistake by Frank Broyles?
I think what it has to do with is how your outlook on competition is.
Okay.
Because, yeah, we could go be the big dogs of the Big 12 if we wanted to, but we could always go to the big. I mean, like, who? All right, think about it this way: who leaves the SEC? No one.
That's the thing. Nobody's going to leave now.
No. Even Vanderbilt's got an argument to stay in it right now.
Tulane left the SEC.
Well, that was probably the biggest mistake.
Tulane's got more SEC championships than Arkansas does.
They've also been in the.
Did Georgia Tech leave on their own, or did they get kicked out?
Man, don't get me lying on that one.
I can ask Chat GPT. Hold on one second.
But I mean, it just comes down to what you're looking at mainly.
Right.
If you're looking at having success and you want to have 10-win seasons, go to the Big 12. But if you're looking to compete on a national level week in and week out, you need to go to the SEC. And this was like a point I was trying to make before we got on the show here.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on the coach you hire.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at Arkansas's success in the SEC, we've had 3.5 coaches.
Yeah.
Bobby Petrino, Houston Nutt, maybe 2.5. Bobby Petrino, Houston Nutt, and I'll give half a point to Brett Bielema because Brett got us. He was about one Dan Enos away from having a successful career.
Yeah. I would agree. I just, I had a Tennessee friend of mine ask me the other day. He's like, "Did you guys give up too soon on Bielema?"
Yes.
I'm going to say no.
I said no. I said no because he was trending the wrong way. Because his last 3 seasons, 2015, 16, and 17, he got progressively worse.
Okay.
Reports on the ground is he was on Dixon Street more than he was at his office.
Okay.
Yep.
But if we gave up on Bielema and he was trending in the wrong direction, why the hell do we still have Pittman as head coach and he's doing the exact same damn thing?
There's an easy answer for that. Hunter Yurchek doesn't want to admit that he made a mistake by keeping him.
Okay, but he had, and I'm gonna say this, MC, and easy there, buddy, as I'm gonna say. We had Lane Kiffin ready to go, but Hunter Yurchek didn't want to write the check for him, and look at what he's doing at Ole Miss. That could have been Arkansas. Look at, and I'm
It
gonna
wouldn't
say
have
it.
been though, because
say
Lane
it.
Kiffin was wanting the dime bag to go with it, and that's probably another reason why Hunter didn't want any part of it. Is because you had Musclemen demanding money on one side, and then you're going to have a football coach come in here and demand money too.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you've
Gonna have-
got, I mean,
Wait,
look
wait,
now
I
at
have-
Ole Miss, and you've got the same situation with
I
Chris
have an
Beard.
argument. I have an argument. All
Okay.
right. You're using that argument, D-Mad. Let's play the what if game just for a moment. Let's play the what if game. You've got Dave Van Horn at baseball. You've got John Calipari at basketball. Let's say it'll never happen, but let's say Gruden
Bring him.
comes to Arkansas.
Come
Now
on,
you've
Chucky.
got-
Come
hold
on, Chucky.
Hold on. Now you've got a big name hiccup. Is he going to ask for money too? Because Arkansas is not willing to shell out the money that it takes to get a coach worth having. But, and this ties into the next subject we're going to talk about in a few minutes, but they'll come up with a new policy that says, hey, fans, wait 3 minutes to storm the field so we can get the bad guys off the field, and then you can storm it.
You know what's funny about the John Gruden thing?
I'm on one tonight, y'all. I'm sorry.
So Barstool has a show. I don't remember what show it was. I don't want to say it was the Pardon My Take show, but
No, but I know which one you're talking about.
they were talking about John Gruden kind of hinting at wanting to come back to coaching, and they just had Ed Orgeron on too, and they were
I
kinda
heard
going,
this.
They were going back and forth talking about, apparently they talked to Ed about getting into coaching, and John Gruden's a offensive guy, Ed O's a defensive guy, and apparently Orgeron said, let me talk to old Johnny Boy.
Yep.
And then they were like, who would that be a perfect place for? And people out of Chicago turn around and say, the team that has the most head coaching issue right now is probably the University of Arkansas. That would probably be a dream fit.
Let me just throw this out here. I mean, because you're talking about you said something, Zach. You said something about Gruden going to be asking for money. Gruden's not going to ask for money. If John Gruden comes in here as head coach, and I know we're still talking pipe dream level,
Right.
but if he comes in here as a coach, he's going to bring the money. He's not going to have to ask for it. People are going to be contributing.
But okay, again, let's and I know we're getting kind of off topic here, but let's play the what if game for just a few more minutes.
Okay.
What's going to happen when he comes in here and bombs just like everybody else has?
You said the same thing about Calipari, Zach. You said the same thing about Calipari.
No. Again, what if? Because it's one season. But I'm calling my shot. He's winning the title this year. I'm swimming in that Kool-Aid, and ain't a damn thing anybody can do about it.
You say, what if Gruden comes in and bombs?
Yeah.
What if he comes in and wins 9 his first year?
Who? Okay.
Again, wait. Okay.
You got just as much chance of one as you do the other.
Okay. All right. Let's put terms in. All right. Let's. Again,
John Gruden stopped by and cut
this
his
isn't
internet.
the Chuck and Bo show. We're all entitled to our opinions here. I'm gonna kick you. I will drive down the street and kick you square.
Hey, you know what's funny about the Chuck and Bo show?
Okay.
They could rename John Gruden and Coach O to the Chuck and O show.
Wow.
Y'all know who is scheduled to be on that show tomorrow morning?
Who's that?
Oh yeah. Go Hawks.
Edo?
Yep.
Ain't no way. Come on.
By the way, you're welcome for the plug. Mr. Mattingly, you're welcome.
Yeah, we'll take our cut, by the way. I'll hang up and listen. No, but again, okay, so he wins 9. All right. And again, this is not my prediction. I'm not saying this and I'm not putting bad juju on the basketball team. What if John Calipari misses the tournament this year?
Ain't no way.
Yeah. Again, there's no way that's happening. But what if? If we're playing a what if in the
you could put me on that roster with some of those other guys that are on there, and we're not going to miss the tournament.
I get that. But again, think of the fan base and how riled up they're going to be because all of a sudden we go to the Sweet 16 after we were dead to rights.
if they miss the tournament this year, I will be looking for the highest point on Crowley's Ridge so I can jump off of it.
The fans are going to turn on him.
Well,
On who?
fans turn on any coach that loses.
I locked up.
I mean, they
Yeah.
they turn on
Sorry, I
any
locked up
coach
again.
that loses. Look
True.
what the fans did back
Bus.
in, was it Easter, around Easter and mid-April? How they had turned on Dave Van Horn and talking about the game had passed him by.
Yeah, I remember that.
Those people are a loud minority, by the way.
Calipari heard what I said and he cut my internet for a minute, so I froze up. No,
I mean,
again, this is
yeah.
this is just me playing. This is just me playing the what if game because I look
Right.
at all scenarios. I'm a realist, okay? But you have to look at the trends. All right. When he went 9-3, everybody thought Pittman had turned it around. Everybody thought, all right, here we go, 10 wins next year, he's taking a step forward, and he went 4-8.
To be honest, that next year, that was a whole lot of the defense's fault too.
Okay.
That
you
defense
go
couldn't
the
stop a
next year.
nosebleed. Okay, first off, we're talking about those couple of years. People were wanting to run off Kendall Briles too, talking about
Yeah.
turning on coaches. And we sat there and was like, yeah, Dan Enos is going to come in and just light the world on fire.
No.
Hold on, Zach. You
we
let me
didn't do
finish. You
anything.
let
I
me
was never.
finish. You let me finish, damn it. Everybody was sitting here riding Kendall Briles' junk about being a terrible offensive coordinator. And I'm sitting here like, guys, we're scoring 35 a game in the SEC. Y'all need to calm the hell down. And then guess what? Enos comes in and proceeds to score 7 a game.
The dipstick.
Again, I was never on the Dan Enos train, ever. Was I MC?
That's
No.
what I'm talking about with a loud minority on Twitter.
But that was a bad hire, and that kind of goes back. That goes back to something we were talking about prior to the break, and we didn't get deep on this, but we started down this road. Arkansas is one of those schools in football. If they are going to compete, it has to be a perfect storm. And by compete, I mean 6-2, 7-1 in SEC play. Okay, everything has to be perfect. You have to have the right personnel. You have to have the right scheme, and you have to have the right coach. If any one of those three are out of line, it's gonna turn immediately to losses. And then when you make a bad hire at a school like Arkansas, it's going to
go bad quick.
It's going to go bad quick. When you make consecutive bad hires, you end up where when you come to your next hiring position for a head coach, you have to hire a career offensive line coach who has never been a head coach at the D1 level because nobody else wants your job because they see it as a coaching graveyard.
And then he turns around after a 9-win season and signs Jimmy Sexton.
I think that's where it all went wrong.
I mean, and I don't blame him for that. If I'm sitting in his position after that 9-win season, I'm probably doing the same thing. I don't hold that against him. What he does off the field to make his money is what he's going to do. My problem is the 7-17 record in one-score games and the 14-28 record in SEC games.
My biggest issue with Sam is the home record.
Yeah.
If you take away all G5 opponents in that home record, and I'll even say keep Cincinnati as a non-G5 at that time because they were also coming off of a playoff berth.
D-Mad, I don't want to interrupt. Talking about that Cincinnati team, were they not an incoming member of the Big 12 at that point?
I think the next year they were going to the Big 12.
D-Mad, I think they were 1 year away from moving to the Big 12.
They had announced they're going to join the Big 12.
Yes.
Okay.
Them and BYU.
I wanted to make sure I had my notes straight here.
But because of that, like you take away all the G5 games at home. I could probably pull it up here, but your record is looking abysmal. It's awful, and that 40% win record that you have in the SEC over the past 23 years is going to be even worse than that under Sam Pittman at home, which is insane.
MC, I have an answer to your Georgia Tech question.
Okay.
And it goes deeper than what I thought. Georgia Tech left the SEC voluntarily. They were not kicked out. But why they left coincides to Bear Bryant.
Okay.
It ties into Bear Bryant. Bobby Dodd versus Bear Bryant is one of the reasons Georgia Tech decided to walk away from the SEC in 1964. What happened? What else happened in 1964?
Okay.
I wonder what.
Yeah.
Could it be Arkansas has claimed a national title? Which, by the way, Auburn.
I was wondering if we were going to go here.
Oh,
Yeah.
look. I'm all over the damn place tonight. I'm all over the place. We're 10 days away from opening day. It is anything and everything goes tonight. I'm on one. I've got notes. I mean, it's crazy. Which, by the way, my daughter's in here, so I have to tone it back. No, I don't. She's overaged. She's good. But it's part football feud, part philosophical clash, if you will. But by the way, what's up, Chris? It's essentially the 61 game was the spark. Georgia Tech versus Alabama in 61 was brutal. Alabama players were accused of intentionally delivering dirty hits, including the famously vicious cheap shot on Chick Graining that left him with a broken face and teeth.
Alabama throwing cheap shots? No.
Right? Dodd was furious, accusing Bryant of allowing or at least tolerating dangerous play. Bryant denied instructing any foul play, but the bad blood between the two only got worse. The breaking point, at the same time, the SEC had an 140 scholarship limit, but some schools, notably Alabama, were allegedly stashing players in creative ways, keeping them on campus without counting them against the official cap. Dodd felt Georgia Tech couldn't compete on that playing field rather than cheat. He decided Tech would leave the SEC entirely in 1964 and operate as an independent. So from 64 to 78, Georgia Tech was an independent, and they lost, and it was tough. They lost traditional SEC rivalries and scheduling power, and they joined the ACC in 1979, where they've been ever since.
What sticks out to me in all that was 140 scholarship players.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What are they?
That's almost double. They're at 85 right now.
Yeah.
Sam said they can break them up like they do in the non-revenue sports.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Said that at Little Rock Touchdown Club that you can have 85 scholarships, but that's coming. That was also talking about the walk-ons because some teams don't have walk-ons anymore.
Right.
And he said that, with the history of Brandon Burlesworth, that he thinks that there should always be at least one walk-on. So he's got one player on the roster that doesn't have any type of scholarship assistance, but they can break it up from the 100. I think there's 105 players on the team at a time, so they can break up 85 scholarships over 104 people for Arkansas.
Interesting.
So let's segue into the news of the day, if we will, before we get to our final predictions of the season, hot takes, that kind of thing. Hunter Yurachek, in his infinite wisdom, announces today that Arkansas has a new, and this just pertains to Arkansas. This is not conference. This is not national. This is only Arkansas. That in games that we feel, home games that we feel are big enough to storm the field. I don't know if I can get through this with a straight face. This is how dumb this is. A timer at the end of the game, a 3-minute timer will go on the video boards that will allow the opposing team, coaches, and officials to exit the field. And at the end of that 3 minutes, then the students, then the fans, then the stadium can rush the field. I only have one thing to say about it, and then we will open the floor for discussion. And that is, what the hell?
That's a different 4-letter word than what I would use.
Well, this is a family show, and my daughter.
Yeah. All right. You want to go, D, or you want me to go?
You know what? Let's go with MC first. Let's go with the old man in the room first.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna use the old sandwich technique of like when your boss calls you into the office, you start with something good, then you say something bad, but then you end on something good again.
You have that happen to you? What's that like?
So.
No, I'm kidding.
So. All right, I gotta. As I'm talking, I'm gonna multitask here because I gotta do the dad thing for this second. All right, you going to bed?
Hey, that's our new producer that he just hugged.
Mom said I could do.
Okay.
for-
All right. He's headed to bed. He got a big school day tomorrow, so the
Dave
7-year-old is headed to bed.
That's our boy. We need to put that in the intro.
I commend the effort and the creativity of trying to do something, because you've got to do something about field storms, because you're going to have a player get hurt, or you're going to have situations where players and fans get into fights. We've seen it, not necessarily at Arkansas, but we've seen other places where, overzealous and probably over lubricated fans go and start talking noise to the opponent as
Right.
they're trying to leave the field, and that's never going to end well for either side. So I commend the creativity of trying to come up with a reason to do it. Now, I have so many questions. Like, first off, how are the team of 97-year-old boomers in yellow jackets gonna hold back 60,000 people that are trying to rush the field? How are they gonna hold them back for 3 minutes?
Wait a second.
Wait a minute. You caught that too, didn't you, D?
I think he said
He
60,000,
said
right?
6. That's okay. That's what I thought he said. I
I
wanted to
did.
see if my audio was good.
Yeah,
But
I
the
did.
stadium-
No, I
wait,
60,
but
because
the
it ain't gonna be a sellout.
I swear something went off in my head.
Wait a minute. But the stadium holds 80,000.
Yeah.
Well, close to
Yeah.
it.
Like 77 something is the actual seating. So,
Here's
So
the thing, though.
60,000 fans.
Here's the thing. They're not going to. Okay. This whole 3-minute timer thing, it's not going to mean a damn thing. All right. Let's say,
Right.
but again, and
Is
I'm
this
going
a
to say
legal
this.
way of suing people?
I'm gonna ask. Look at the schedule, and if you're watching, I want your take too. I want your take too.
Yeah.
Out of the home schedule, tell me one team that is worthy enough to storm the field over,
There's one game.
and that is
Notre Dame.
Name.
what about A&M? We ain't beat A&M
No.
since 13.
No.
A&M's not storm field.
No.
Where
They're
this-
not going to be.
that's-
Notre Dame is preseason top 5.
That would be like remember when we stormed the court against Auburn, and Auburn was
Yes.
like, it's because Auburn's a blue blood. No, it's because you're ranked number 2. The only
No,
reason we
Auburn-
would storm
Auburn-
against
Yeah, they're
Auburn
number
is
1.
not a blue blood.
the only reason we would storm against A&M if they were ranked 1 or 2.
They would have to be 1 or 2 for
Wasn't
us
that
to.
MC's first night?
Yeah, it was.
I will tell you this: my apartment probably hated me that night.
Oh, I gotta look. That was the night I got a noise violation, a sound violation, or whatever they call it in apartment complexes. I got like 3 of them within 2 hours of each other. And
My downstairs
Love it.
neighbor liked to file
but
a
I'm
lot of
gonna
complaints.
say this. I'm gonna say it. 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 Auburn is not a blue blood.
Not
Yeah,
in
that's
not in basketball. They're not even close.
Oh, speaking of Auburn, y'all want to talk about that? Did y'all see the news out of Auburn?
Yeah.
They're going to be retiring Cam Newton's jersey.
Oh, I was thought you were going the other way with them
I thought you were going the other
claiming
direction,
their
but-
7 other mythical national championships.
including 2004.
Well, they deserve that one. They were the best team. They just had. To
I will give them the 2004.
Was that Cadillac?
Yeah, that was Cadillac Williams. And,
I remember that guy running
who's
all up and down.
Jason Campbell was the quarterback. I mean, that team was good.
Campbell
was good.
Back at Auburn in 04. No, it wasn't.
I remember.
I think it was Jason Campbell.
I remember watching Senator Tupperville send Cadillac up and down the field on Donald W. Reynolds Field.
Yeah.
I still don't think Cadillac stopped running.
He's still running, apparently.
Funny story, he was actually the running back coach at Henderson while I was in school.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
A couple
Jason
of my
Campbell. There you
couple of
go.
my teammates did not know who he was. I was like, he's like, yeah, his name's Coach Williams. He was an Auburn running back. I was like, what was his first name? They're like, I think it's Cadillac. I said, you're being coached by Cadillac Williams? And they were like, yeah. Brother, go do
Yeah.
some research.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, these kids nowadays. But here's the thing. And D, what are your thoughts on this new field storming?
I'm gonna
Well,
be honest with you. I don't care, man. It's it's the sleight of hand in Magic. You know, it's the ability to
crap
take
in
your
one hand and
attention
wish in the other.
take your attention from the problem by bringing something that nobody really thought was a problem. It's
Yeah.
sleight of hand. It's not. It's a non-issue. And if it's anything, it's the way is the university trying to escape blame and being able
That's it.
to
Yeah.
have a legal justification as to why that the players got hurt. It
Well,
wouldn't be on the university.
you understand that
It's a
five
code of conduct issue
it's
for fans.
500 grand if they storm the field again. And I'm sorry, there ain't a team on the schedule. Even and I'm gonna even say even Notre Dame
I
that
agree.
is worth storming the field over.
I am not big on it, you know, but if it,
Act like you've been there before.
yeah, act like, I mean, I understand sometimes, you know, the 2021 Texas
Texas.
game, I understood that one.
Tennessee
And the LSU game of what was that
2014,
Yeah.
yeah, when they broke that long losing streak, yeah, I
God damn it.
but there are times that I understand it. The Notre Dame game, I'm just kind of like, maybe, you know, maybe I can get on board with it, but I don't know, man. And I mean, this is bold to think that there's actually going to be an upset given what our home record has been the last several years. I mean, it's bold to think that you're going to pull that upset.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. You know, like I said, I appreciate the effort and the creativity. You know, I'm trying to not be negative Nelly about everything because I'm pretty negative a lot. But, you know, this is, I don't know. It just seems like the timing is weird. And then given what the home record is, it's like, oh, really? You really think you're going to pull that Notre Dame upset?
Yeah, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I will say I heard y'all talking about Sam's comments and everything and his inflections.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I've never seen a more comfortable Sam than I saw in the Little Rock Touchdown Club video
Yeah.
because you could tell he was like, I'm having a cold beer moment, you know?
Yeah.
He wasn't sitting there stressing about, you know, is this player going to make weight? Is this player going to be late to class? He knew that he could come down to Little Rock and not worry about his team, and that's what it kind of felt like.
Well, and y'all got me, by the way. I'm trying to reset my system over here.
Oh yeah, we got you. You're good.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say it, and I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid, but I honestly believe we are underestimating this team. And I say that
I
because
hope so.
because I've watched some of these practice videos, and again, they're not doctored. I'm not talking about the hype videos. I'm talking about the actual videos from practice. I've listened to the press conferences from Travis Williams and Bobby Petrino. I've tried to sit through a press conference with Sam. Still trying to force my way through it, but I honestly feel like we are seriously underestimating this team, especially this offense. Something's gonna happen this year that we're not expecting. Either we're gonna upset a team. I don't know if we're gonna upset Auburn or look. D-Man's already got me triggered about Auburn. I don't know if we're gonna upset Notre Dame, but somebody somewhere is gonna get upset by the Hogs. I cannot put my finger on who and when.
I know who.
Well, I mean that's not an upset.
So with the offense right now, are we about to see a more run and shoot style offense than we're going to see a traditional Bobby P, you know, air raid attack? Because I'm thinking that with the combination of Mike Washington and Braylon Russell and a lot of unproven wide receivers at the time.
Oh, hell no.
What?
Sorry.
Squirrel. I think you may be onto something there, D.
I'm gonna
I can see that.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of triple option, something they might do is they'll have a Felix Jones type of situation where you'll have Taylon Green running the quarterback, and you'll have Braylon Russell or Mike Washington at the running back, read the defensive tackle or defensive end, and then you'll have a wide receiver split out or motion behind you as a pitch man. I'm just wondering if we're about to see a lot more of that style of offense come this year rather than to push the ball down the field.
You could. I mean, you could definitely see that, because if you remember back to when Bobby was a head coach, what was his motto about offense? FTS, feed the studs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get them all on the field in order to feed them. So whatever you got to do to get them on the field, I mean, if it's a mutant version of the Wildcat, then so be it. I mean, you've got guys that are allegedly going to be your studs. Get them the ball.
Okay, now that we've got this thought out, Dan Yoakum, the hell did I ever do to you? Why? Did y'all see this?
Hang on, I'll grab it.
Doesn't say a comment all show long and then comes in with this. Don't give Amy any ideas. You're trying to get me killed. Good God. Wait, why just me? Wait, why just me? And then you got Trevor second. What the hell?
You look like Will Ferrell when he was one of the Spartan cheerleaders on Saturday Night Live.
You lose, D.
No, I'm right here. I'm family stuff.
Multitasking, name of the game. Yeah, I think we could make you. We could get you set up like a Spartan cheerleader. We could do that.
Vikings' newest. Oh my goodness!
No, I'm not.
I didn't have to see that. I don't even want to picture that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, God.
So,
frightening thought.
If we are underestimating,
I mean, that is a very good point. He is the only one on this panel that can pull it off.
That's true. Very true on that.
Wait, why? What? Whoa! Wait! Where did? What the? How did? What? How? What?
That's all I got.
He's not glitching. That's how he's actually talking right now. So.
How did?
And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, pretty much. But to get back to your point, Zach, about underestimating this team.
Yeah.
What would you say is a fair number if we're underestimating, and the consensus? We've kind of talked off air. Our consensus is somewhere between 5 and 7. Is that right?
Here's the thing: you go 9 wins. You're talking about a playoff berth.
Funny you would mention that.
You're talking about a playoff. But hold on. Here's the thing. Because I want to say, and I have to double check again, MC, you and I talked about this off air, or we talked about it last week, one of the two. A lot of these teams this year are breaking in new quarterbacks.
I think there's 7 teams on the schedule that are breaking in new quarterbacks.
And no, the hell I wouldn't look good in burnt orange.
So you mentioned if you come up and go 9 wins.
And if. That's
it's if. I found this earlier today on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It is the K Ford football ratings.
Okay.
A lot of analytics on this, okay? 8 wins puts Arkansas in the playoffs according to the K Ford ratings that we were just showing. On this, okay? So 8 wins gets them in the playoffs. first off, I can't even fathom that because I can't find. I'm struggling to find 5 wins right now on the schedule. But if that was to be true, I mean, how much crow, me especially, how much crow would we have to eat on this show if they come up and go 8-4 and they get a first round playoff game?
You know how much crow you're going to have to eat if they go 8-4?
Not as much as I did during basketball last year.
I'll say this. Yeah. They make the playoffs. I will find a ghost pepper and eat it on air.
I think we need.
We're
to
not doing this again. I got
Yes,
my
we
hopes
are.
up.
Yes, we are. They go 8 wins. They go 9 wins. D-Mad, you're doing the hottest gummy bear. MC's doing the 1-chip challenge.
I'll do a
I
ghost pepper.
said they were doing it. What?
I'll do a ghost pepper
And I'm
On air.
I'm not
on air.
I'm not pressing anything.
No, I'm saying.
No, you've done yours. You've done yours. I'll step up this time. I just have a hard time.
Only because he knows it ain't gonna happen.
Well, I have a hard time buying this
I
that
just don't. I don't.
8
see it.
wins would get Arkansas to the playoffs.
And I'm gonna. I'm
That's
gonna,
enough Texas talk in our comment section.
I'm gonna.
for the day.
Well,
They needed a horn out.
well, I can't say anything. I'm gonna recuse myself from this conversation. But I'm gonna caveat off something D-Mad said before we get to our final predictions and stuff like that as we're wrapping up. Here's the problem. You'd said something, and you're riding this horse right now about Taylor Green and the Heisman.
I ain't riding that.
Here's the
But
thing.
yeah, it's been talked about. He's a dark horse. Yes.
It's hard to win the Heisman if you just win 7 games. You're not winning the Heisman winning 7 games, dude.
Travis Hunter.
Damn,
You
McFadden
realize
screwed out of it.
I'm still hung up on this 8 win getting into the playoff thing because that means you're going to go 5-3.
Ain't no way we go
Because
5-3 in the SEC.
because I'm counting a non-conference loss to Notre Dame, and for this scenario, I'm taking it as they go 3-1 in non-conference. So that means they got to go 5-3 in the SEC to get to 8.
I don't trust Tennessee, man. I don't trust Mississippi State. I don't trust Auburn.
Auburn's a win.
trust
Mississippi State's a
Missouri.
win. Here's the thing.
I
We
don't
don't
trust
know.
Texas.
Texas is a win.
I don't know that Auburn's a win. I think it's a toss-up.
There's a lot of toss-up games that we don't know for sure.
Yep.
A&M is one of them. Texas is one of them. I don't give a damn if they're ranked number 1 in the country right now. I don't. Okay, they're going to run
And
into
how
Ohio
you
State.
start is how you finish.
Exactly. All right. How many preseason number 1 teams have we seen completely collapse by the time postseason gets here?
I'll go further than that. How many times have we heard play-by-play announcers, talking heads, people on game day make the comment, "Oh, Texas is back, baby. Texas is back." Yeah, they're back to 5-7. They're going to be pretty good this year, but they're not. I don't think they're the best team in the country. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't see it right now. They have a lot. Arch is a lot of hype around him.
Mm-hmm.
He may be the real deal, but we haven't seen it yet.
All I got to say is year 3 in the SEC, people start to figure you out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care what people say. Sark was at Alabama for what, 2 years, 1 year?
Yeah, his second game of the year, we kicked his ass.
They're going to start figuring it out real quick.
They figured our defense out.
So my little hot take, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to go into hot takes because we're wrapping up here. We're
Okay.
Reaching the end here.
I don't think our defense is going to be that bad.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna play a lot of complementary football. I think we're gonna have. I'm seeing an offense that's gonna run around like the. I don't want to say his name and trigger Zach. The Gus Malzahn offense. I think we're gonna see a lot of that this year. And then if you got that going on, you're gonna shorten a lot of games. And statistically, if you shorten these games down, defense is going to hold up because that's what Sam's known for, is for his offensive line and brutality as an offensive lineman. I think we're going
So
to
do you
run
think
the
our
ball
secondary
really
is a lot
well.
better?
I don't think the secondary was the problem. I think they were getting tired.
I think
And
they'll
I
be
do
great.
think
So
That's
does
fair.
that?
Ole
So does
Miss
that? Let me
is a
caveat
different
off that.
story.
We'll go into our final predictions here. So do you think that's a fault on the strength and conditioning coach? Or you think falls on the defensive coordinator?
That falls onto complementary football. You can't go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 4-play drive, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 5-play drive, 3
Yep.
and out, 3 and out, and 3 and out. You're leaving your defense out there for 100 plays a game. Yeah, they're going to get torched.
The best defense in the world is going to get tired if they're out there as much as Arkansas's was.
And if you're going to run 100 plays a game, any offensive coordinator worth his salt is going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see a lot of offensive coordinators up in the booth. They're watching all what the defense does.
There was a comment by Brandon Bronisti. I'm going to butcher that last name. By Brandon. You think if Sam Pittman gets fired, do you think Bobby Petrino will become head coach again?
No.
No. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, he doesn't want it. Number two, if, and it's a very big if, if Pitt gets fired by the time the first bye week gets here, he does take over on an interim-only basis to finish the season, but I do not think he becomes permanent head coach.
I don't think he gets the interim.
Really? Who do you think's going to give the interim then?
I think they're going to give it to T-Will.
Oh, bullshit.
Call me crazy, but that's my gut feeling, is that if we get into a situation where there has to be an interim head coach, I don't think they have the stones to give it to Bobby.
It's hard for me to sit here and say, will he be the next head coach, whenever thousands of interviews will be done, search committees will be found, and it's really hard to predict the next coach because you never know who's going to show up out of the woodworks for that interview. A la Chad Morris.
Nobody wants it. All right, final takes and final predictions, hot takes, whatever you got. D-Mad, we'll start with you.
Eli Drinkwitz is the first person called for an interview.
Wow.
All right, sorry. So hot take, yeah.
That's a pretty hot take right there.
I didn't hear it. Repeat it because my internet crapped out.
I think I said the dork is going to be the first call for an interview, is what I said. Yeah, his internet's
it's taking a complete dump.
So what my hot take is I see this.
Yeah, my internet's
I see this team being a, for lack of a better word, kind of a mix between Kendall Briles and Gus Malzahn style offense this year. And I think they're going to be particularly nasty and bullyish.
I hope you're right, man. I hope I have to come in here in November and eat a ghost pepper.
I mean, Sam's been pretty proud of his offensive line since fall camp has started too.
That's true. Yeah. Yep.
MC.
So your hot take was Drinkwitz is the first call.
That's not a hot take. That's going to happen.
That's a hot, considering the history there. That's a hot take. Okay, I will say this: if capital I capital F ... if we are underestimating this team and they win 8, 9 games, whatever, and make the playoff, Sam rides off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's particularly hot of a take. I think Sam's wanting to go out on his shield, you know?
Yeah. I think he is. I honestly, I think he is beyond ready to retire, but I think he sees the opportunity to have that, he's got one more silver dollar and not going to let him catch the Midnight Rider. So we'll see, man. I don't know. I hate to be coming across like the negative Nelly, but man, I'm not feeling it at the moment. I'm just really not feeling it. I'm having trouble finding,
Hope.
hope is a good word. Like Red told Andy in Shawshank Redemption, hope is a dangerous thing.
It sure is.
All right.
Zach?
Is your
right, I
AOL
think I'm
dial up
sorry.
working? Okay.
Well, it's getting shut down. I had to switch to my hotspot because something's up with Xfinity. I swear to God, I'm gonna throw this stuff. And here's hoping my internet stays up for like the last couple of minutes here. I honestly think we're underestimating this team. I think there is an upset. I think there's a couple of upsets that we're gonna pull off at some point this season. And I think, and again, props to Sam Pittman. He is the all-time leading coach in consecutive bowl game wins here at Arkansas. He's the only coach to do it in program history. And I tell you, he is the Arkansas Bowl champion. I mean, the Liberty Bowl champion because, well, let's face it, that's what we're going to be.
That's
But
a real bullshit stat.
hey.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Can't say
let
that
me
word.
roll my eyes completely to the back of my head and look like the Undertaker for a minute as we're talking about. Oh, he's won the most consecutive bowl games.
Yeah,
So.
well. All right, so hot take, man. I just I'm not trying to sip the Kool-Aid.
Sip it.
I'm watching our stream here, and apparently I don't have a picture.
Sip it.
But
Sip it.
I'm gonna go. Look, the more I look at this, you're either gonna go 4-1 or 5-0 in your first 5 games.
Who's the
And
one?
if you're 5-0,
4-1 and 5-0, is that what you said?
yeah, 4-1 or 5-0, and that's gonna be my hot take.
Who's the
All
one?
right.
Who's the one?
Definitely not Arkansas State.
It's gonna be either Ole Miss,
or Notre Dame. Yeah.
I don't think you're going to lose against Memphis. I think the Arkansas State game is going to be close.
I'm getting ready to
think
give
it's gonna be-
MC 21 points on the Arkansas State game.
Well, and I think honestly though, I think this Arkansas look, all right.
I think we're gonna have 3 700-yard rushers.
I'm gonna out myself here
in Little Rock.
If Amy, wow. And if Amy's still watching, she's gonna make fun of me. I played Arkansas State with Arkansas last night on College Football 25. It was not pretty. Let's just put it like that.
You're supposed to up it from junior varsity level.
Oh, I played it on Heisman level.
Don't lie.
And 56-54 in overtime, State won it by a field goal.
Wait, was this like a sim or were you controlling a team?
The first half was a control. The second half, I was like, "This, I'm gonna let Sim take it."
So who was who? Who were you?
I was.
Were you Arkansas?
What kind of a dumbass question? Of course, I was Arkansas.
Well, there's your problem.
I'm telling you right
Lord,
now. Just
that game's gonna be close, and it's gonna make a lot of people sweat. I can promise you that. But
Corey Rucker. Honestly, just remember that name, and remember that your boy MC told you to watch out for Corey Rucker.
Arkansas has to come out and never. And our biggest problem is that we let off the gas in the second half because Sam Pittman wants to play the respect game. No, you want to go out there like Friday night in downtown Little Rock and commit murder with these people.
Easy, killer.
Wow. Man.
I told you I was on one.
I will say this. You are spot on with Sam wanting to be respectful and be the nice guy and just win. I
To
think
hell with being the nice guy. Sorry.
I think if he has the opportunity to make a point by running it up, this would be the one game he would do it.
The hell, we're not having
It's-
a home and home.
Well, no, but at the same anyway. Justin, you didn't miss anything except the fact that my internet's crapped out and I was in and out most of the show.
Okay.
Well, look,
Um,
AOL told you they were getting rid of the dial-up, man. You know you knew it was coming.
Okay, I got one more hot
Says
take
the
for
old
y'all.
man barking at the damn sky.
We're gonna have 3 700-yard rushers this year.
Wow,
What are you drinking? And put it down.
that
One's-
okay.
One's gonna break Matt Jones's record.
I could see that piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I could see Talon going for 700 yards.
He got 500 last year. He
Yeah.
almost broke. Whose record was it? He was like 40 yards short of breaking the all-inclusive yards for Arkansas in a single season last year. Almost as if he wouldn't have got hurt.
Look.
What?
I'm gonna stop you right there, D. Nobody gives a damn about records if the season record is crap.
Did y'all both freeze up?
I'm just confused why he didn't let me finish. He went all Taylor Swift on me. Or Kanye.
Oh,
Kanye on Taylor, yeah.
I did. It's my internet, y'all. I'm telling you.
Yeah. What's the excuse next week?
Probably my internet again.
We gotta prep for Alabama A&M next week, man.
Listen,
yeah.
all I gotta say is I'm gonna go get Cricket Wireless to give you a phone call. All right.
No. It's not Cricket. It's Boost Mobile.
Elon, come on, man. Let's get our boy some Starlink so he can stay in the show.
Right. Anyway, go ahead and finish, D. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes.
I was just gonna say the season record for a single player of total yards from scrimmage, he was like 50 yards short of last year. I think it was. I don't think it was Matt Jones, but it was one of the more recent quarterbacks. But that was the record. That doesn't matter.
Right. All right.
It matters more than a career one, but whatever.
Right. So we're gonna wrap it up this week, and I swear to God, man, I hope my internet holds next week because it is
next week's game week, man. Yeah.
Game week is upon us. But, and here's the thing: I made a deal with Dylan. I mean Dylan, the devil. I cannot, and I will not say. I will not, and that was the only time I'm gonna say it because I'm saying it in a sentence. I will not say season's over in 12 games. I will not say it.
You never make it. You'll never make it.
You want to bet? You want to put money? You want to bet this?
If game 2 goes south, you will say it.
What you want to put on it? Come on!
I don't know. We'll figure it out, and I'll have an answer for you next week.
All right. D-Mad, final thoughts as we get out of here, and don't do what I think you're going to do because I can see the look on your face.
I honestly just blank stared into the camera here. I don't know what you thought I was going to think, but...
The wheels were turning, but the hamster was dead, apparently.
It's been like that for a while. Worked every day for the past 2 weeks. Sorry.
I feel that.
Yeah, I have no final thoughts. That was it.
we were sitting here waiting and Hank just going.
I've unleashed all my hot takes, so no final thoughts.
MC, final thought on this 10 days before the opening game of the season.
It's here. Whether we're ready or not, it's here. So let's roll the ball out. Let's line everybody up and let's see what happens.
All right. This is it. Our final show before the season finally kicks off. Amy, stop telling on me, babe. I'm not gonna say it just so she can come on the show and tattle on me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna bite my tongue, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Just so I can prove everybody wrong. But no, You know what, guys? Look, just like Pitt said during the Little Rock Touchdown Club, let's play the game. See what happens.
Yeah.
Let's roll it out there and see what happens.
Yep.
You know? Again, temper your expectations. Temper your expectations. All right. They're going to lose. Eventually this season, they're going to lose. All right. It's just a game. Look at him. He's chirping. Look at him. He ain't chirped all year. And we're 2 weeks out from this game. Listen to him. You hear this, D-Man?
That little chirp was brought to you in part by Arkansas State
University.
Your boy needs a raise, okay? So
look. He's over here going, week 2. Look, if week 2 happens and we lose, bye-bye, Sam.
This dude is literally just, I'll save you, MC. Go ahead, Zach.
Easy. No, we'll be back here. I think since we're going head-to-head with Sam Pittman Live, I think we're talking about changing the time again. Again, we're trying to be there for the fans. All right, this is not us trying to get the top spot. This is just us trying to get out there for the fans so you guys can have a voice because, let's face it, that one in Northwest Arkansas just ain't going to hear you out. All right, and there's some here in Central Arkansas that are not going to hear you out either, but we're not one of them. But like I said, same bat time or same bat channel, different bat time next week. Probably going to be 8 o'clock on Wednesday following Sam Pittman Live just so we can get some updates from that. But like I said, stay with Inside the Hawg Pen. We're going to have all the latest through all of football season. And there's D-Man throwing the change down on the table already.
It was my ring.
What are you breaking over there, D-Man?
It was my ring.
Oh, put it back on before she kills you. Uh-oh. All right, on that note. But stay with us. We're going to have all the updates we can get. And then if you really want some insight, and I'll go ahead and give him a plug because he's going to be my special guest host at the tailgate and at the Little Oktoberfest. Matt Hart, go check those guys out at Hog HQ. They've got the inside information. We just give you facts, opinions, and straight perspective of what we see on the field here at Inside the Hawg Pen. They give you the actual insights as to what's going on with the team. They've got the connections. Matt Hart, Adam Hall, and DP does do a great job over there. And that's why we call them our sister show. But other than that, we are going to step on out of here. It is game week. The season is finally here. And like Pitt said, let's see what happens. For Dylan D. Mad, Marcus MC Carlton, I'm Razorback Zach. You have been listening to an all-new episode of this thing we call Inside the Hawg Pen. Hopefully, internet's better next week. But other than that, until next time, so long, everybody.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider, and be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.